So now that you have a supermajority, what do you plan to do with this?
Well, hopefully we will continue to govern honorably and with humility, and certainly hold true to the principles that have brought us to this point, which again is lower taxes and limited government.
Your friend Mike Turner said that now there's the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, and the Tea Party. When you have that big of a majority, is there any concern that there could be division inside your own party based on, having just so many people?
Well, there will always be difference of opinion. When people become a part of the Republican caucus, they don't stop thinking for themselves. And I've always allowed members to have their own viewpoints. But I will tell you that I think our Republican caucus is as united as I've ever seen it. I think we take very seriously this awesome responsibility that Tennesseans have given to us to lead and govern this state.
What bills are you looking at for next session?
We haven't started filing bills, so I don't know exactly what will be on our members' agenda. I know the governor is working out his own agenda. I think we will make another move to lower the sales tax on food in the state. I think our first priority, as it always is every year, is to balance our budget. And that's something that we shouldn't take lightly in this state. Although constitutionally we're required to do it, it doesn't happen easily. So that will be my priority as Speaker, and I'm sure it will be the governor's as well. Lowering taxes will be a priority as well. Workers' comp is something that the governor is probably going to have on his agenda. And then we'll see a lot of other legislation coming from individual members, I'm sure.
Vouchers. There's been a lot of talk about possibly going forward with vouchers. You guys have a supermajority, but the vouchers would probably impact the districts that are still voting overwhelmingly for Democrats. I mean, is that maybe pushing something on a city that doesn't want it, or cities that don't want it?
Well, I think really the whole issue of vouchers is one that the legislature will spend a considerable amount of time debating and discussing if it comes forth as part of the governor's agenda, which I suspect that it might. I, of course, will reflect that will of that legislative body. I mean, I think our education committee will take it very seriously because it is a major change in how we have conducted our business in public education.
You talked a little bit about education. Who do you want chairing the education committee?
I have not made that decision yet, and again, I have to first be elected Speaker before any of those decisions are made.
Who's on your short list?
I really haven't come up with this. I truly mean that. Richard Montgomery was an outstanding committee chair. We lost a good member when we lost Richard, but we've gained another valuable member. Another good Republican has come, and so education has always been very near and dear to my heart, and you will see the best and the brightest serving on the education committee.
So there is a legislation apparently, or was to be legislation, Medicaid expansion to say thou shalt not. Are you in favor of that? Would you like to block any expansion of Medicaid here in Tennessee?
My first blush reaction is that I'm not in favor of expansion. However, when you look at the numbers, there is some justification financially as to why we might want to expand it. So I know that members are concerned about that, and I suspect that piece of legislation will be dropped in, and we'll let the legislature weigh this all out.